Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, the show that brings you the latest and greatest and odd and crazy news from all over the planet. Yes, we go scour the desert with our giant comb picks, and we drag it through the sand, and we're like, did we find any news? And Jacob pops out of the ground like a little prairie dog, and he's like, yeah, I totally found something. Here it is. And he like hands this note to us, and he's like, here's the news. Go do it. And we're like, okay, Jacob, sounds great. So me and Ashley get all our makeup on and dressed nicely and get well put together, and we get on the internet and we say, here's what we got, ladies and gentlemen. Here's some news. I hope you enjoy it. And then we both talk about butts and farts and wieners and vaginas, and somehow out of that comes a show that you guys continue to come back and listen to all the time, and I have no idea why. But I'm your host, Steven, joined as always by the amazing, the incredible, the one and only Smashly, who is also here and joining me in the festivities. Ashley, how are you?
I'm good. I'm laughing at the chat because they're calling you Sir Mumbles a lot.
Wait, did I mumble? I don't mumble. I open my mouth widely.
Well, it's not that you can't open your mouth. It's your mustache is Zoidberging you, apparently.
Whatever. This mustache is
Zoidberg.
No, that takes a special. You almost have to just let the upper lip die. You just have to, like, I don't know. I can do the whoop whoop whoop. Whoop 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 whoop. You know that you do that. But
I've never. Well, because we went to, it was at Dragon Con, which we were just talking about before the show. But we were there at the panel where Billy West was talking about doing Zoidberg, and I still like.
I don't know how he does it.
Do you have to? Because he didn't do this.
No, he just lets it. I think part of it is the like Brooklyn, New York accent that he's got going on, and then it's the dead lip. He called it marble mouth. That was the words he used. He said, I knew this guy that had this marble mouth, and I wanted to do a voice that sounded like that. I for one think that Hollywood animated motion pictures should involve more voice actors like Billy West and the like, and less just Tom Cruise talking into a microphone. Yeah. Yes. I think they create characters. Whereas I mean, and to be fair, with an actor,
Angelina Jolie just reads a line.
Right. But I mean, in their craft, they create characters to some degree, but you're still seeing Angelina Jolie. They're bringing things to life off a page. There's magic in what they do. I'm not going to discount the actors, but in voice acting, it's nice to not recognize the voice and for that voice to just belong to the character. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like
McFly.
McFly with the sub. Thank you, Jacob, for giving yourself money.
Yay.
28 months of supporting himself. Good job. Keep throwing that loose change your way.
Oh God! I can't laugh. Stop.
So what, Ashley? You gotta fill everybody in because there's a lot of people that might not know what a kegel is. What are you talking about?
What's a guy kegel feel like?
Is that just when like your wiener flexes a little sometimes?
I don't know. I've never done a kegel with a penis before, so it's just like it's the muscle that stops your pee. So I don't know. Can you make it dance?
I think it's the wiener wiggle.
The wiener. That's a show title. Taste flexing.
I don't know. I don't think I can actually taint my flex. I don't think I can flex the gooch.
Oh my God! I'm gonna blow my vagina out my holes.
I don't think you can flex a gooch. Is that a skill? Like I can wiggle my ears. You can't really see.
You can flex a gooch.
I don't think you can. I think that's a.
Is there like a gooch flexing competition now?
I mean, I can squeeze my butt cheeks together. Like you can clench your butt, but it doesn't really do. It doesn't do.
But it's forward. It's forward of the butt. It's forward aft.
Yeah, but I can't go forward. I can't find that muscle that's in my gooch. Like,
how do you make yourself stop peeing? Like if you hear something in the middle of the night, you're like, "What was that?"
That's in the more frontal area. Who's confirming? Is Groove confirming that you can flex your gooch? Og says he's flexing his gooch.
I'm like, everybody's sitting in their seat going,
I mean, I'm doing it. Why wouldn't we, right?
I've been a constant state of Kegel because you can't blow your nose because it puts pressure on your if you cough, it puts pressure on your pelvic floor. If
Hmm.
you blow your nose, when you stand up, it puts a lot of pressure. So if you're not Kegling, you're like, my organs are gonna shoot out my vagina.
So you're by the end of this, you're gonna have the Arnold Schwarzenegger of vagina
I
muscles.
will be able to snap a pencil with that bitch.
You're like having a
Jacob's gonna be like,
competition.
"Oh, we get to have sex," and then we're gonna have to go to the hospital.
You're gonna be like, this man's wiener is completely flat. I've never seen anything like it.
It's gonna look like my nipple after Wiggles is done with it.
Like it's a two-dimensional phallus. What is going on here?
Oh my god, you guys, I missed you.
Excuse me, ma'am, but we have some questions.
Group Kegel exercise time.
Everybody flex. Everyone at home, everyone listening, no one will know. Just squeeze, squeeze, and squeeze, and squeeze, and keep going. And one, and two. We're gonna get everybody lifting weights with their privates. Let's do this.
Everybody's gonna have such a nicely toned pelvic floor at the end of this.
I know I can't wait for the latest edition of Sweating to the Oldies. Kegel, getting those
Everybody's just
kegels
sitting
in.
there
Richard Simmons is like, yeah, do it. It's too rude for his audience, though. It'd have to be like you could only see his face from the chest up, and be like, no, we can't show what's going on down
How
there.
did that man's balls not hang out of those shorty shorts he wears? I just now thought about that, but he wears like those shorty short parachute shorts, and I feel like his testicles would just hang out of.
They had to have hung out somewhere. You know, that guy, my mom always liked him because she said, as weird as he is, no one's ever said a bad thing about him. So he must be an actual really great guy. You know,
Or
like,
a serial killer, and people are terrified of him.
he did disappear. It didn't come out of his house. He's been alive but missing for like 10 years, and nobody knows what's going on. He just stopped going to his ex. Yeah, there's a podcast about it called Finding Richard Simmons. It was really good, and it was about like where did he go? Like he stopped. He was at his exercise gym every day teaching classes, and then stopped, went away, disappeared. He's in his house. He used to run out when like those Star Tours Hollywood buses would come by, and he would run out and like occasionally talk to the people that were driving by and taking pictures and stuff, and he just gone. He doesn't do that anymore. He called the Today Show once to assure everyone that he wasn't dead. But people think he's being held captive by his housekeeper. But no one knows for sure. He's never left his house since then.
I mean, it's like social services checked on him because how old is he?
Old? I don't know. I mean, would we even know if he died? Like, what is going on? Let's see how old Richard Simmons is. Welcome to Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. We do the hard-hitting journalism.
HG's like, how I feel like out of everybody, he's the most qualified to understand how we do what we do.
Yes.
He's a brain doctor.
Yes, you're right. This. His show is no different than this one. We're just chasing our own chickens, you guys. Leave me alone. He's 71. Good guess, Hammer Dwarf. Richard Simmons is 71. He was born Milton Teagle Simmons. He was also a hefty kid. So
Milton
Teagle.
Dear Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, you can't look that weird and have that name.
I know. Oh, wait, here we go. In 2018, we got some stuff. In June 2018, Simmons sued a Los Angeles private investigator claiming that he had placed a tracking device over a year earlier on the only vehicle Simmons used for transportation, noting that such tracking in violation of California law. I don't know. They still don't know anything. That was not really useful. But yeah.
Well, like, did he go anywhere? So people
No.
are like legitimately guys, this is interesting. Someone like, I'm gonna text Sub and be like, go do research while you stay up all night playing their games.
Yes, Sub, you go out to Los Angeles and go find the Richard Simmons and try to get him to come out of his house, okay? Okay.
That's what happens when a Russian turns into a T-Rex.
Yeah, if you enter the T-Rex, you have no fear Devender the T-Rex will find Richard Simmons and try his best not to eat him.
Did you watch La Femme Nikita?
No.
You've
No, I
never
didn't.
seen the movie La Femme Nikita?
No, it always looked like one of them sexy ninja movies.
I mean, there's armpit hair in it, so I don't know how sexy it is.
I mean, some people like armpit hair. I mean, you do you.
I shaved mine today.
I didn't.
I don't like armpit hair. It dries. Like, if I can see a little bit of the stubble, I'm just like, So every time I shower, it gets.
Do you think it's better to have stubbly armpit hair or just to let it go? Like, which would be the most off-putting? Like long armpit hair or just a few weeks out of shaving armpit hair?
It would something touched my butt.
Oh, hi,
it would
Monkey Bananas.
It made it sound like he touched my butt.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
Armpits. We're talking about armpits.
Oh. I feel like it would really bother me to have long armpit hair.
You should test it while you're in quarantine. Just give it a try.
I can't. Every once in a while, I'll miss a fur for like a week straight. I'll be like, what the hell?
I think you should try it.
And then it bothers me.
Well, I think it's a good experiment. I also didn't like a long beard until quarantine, and now look, I'm getting there. I'm getting some extended beardage, and this mustache is the best.
I just love that Stephanie hasn't demanded that you chop it off yet.
She bought me the beard balm.
I know. She's grown a lot since last NaNoWriMo. No-mo Shavo.
No-mo NaNoWriMo. That's what I'm saying. The only year I succeeded at NaNoWriMo was the year I grew a beard. So, there's that.
Oh.
We should all nano this year. We should all plan on it. I'll plan on it again like I do every year.
Kelly has 3 books that she needs to nano.
Kelly's oh gosh. I like to pretend that if I didn't have a full-time job, I could write a book, but we both know that's not true. It's not in me. It's not in me to do it.
I think it is. You just maybe need some Ritalin.
I need to do it. I need to go lock myself in a room with a typewriter. I think the fact that you have to write a novel on your computer is the worst part.
What?
You have to write it.
That's the whole part. That's the whole thing.
No, yeah, but there's so much. There's so many there's so many dingle dangles hanging off your computer that you could look at because you're like, oh, I'm writing a novel. What's on Reddit today? 45 minutes later, I'm writing a novel. What's on Reddit today? And then another 10 minutes go, I'm writing a novel. Oh, what's on Reddit? It's like the same stuff that was there 10 minutes ago, but you scrolled further this time. So there's new things.
What's the Kelly? It was cold. I think it's called cold turkey. Is that what it is? Where it locks you out of your computer for a certain amount of time?
That sounds useful. These tools all sound great, but I know how to get around them. It's like when if you net nanny your house and your kid's older than 12, they know how to turn that off. If anything, it's just a small deterrent.
This is what Steven did as a child.
I didn't have a net nanny. I feel like
you were the type of kid that locked yourself out of stuff just to see if you could unlock yourself out of stuff.
No, I wasn't that clever. I'm still not that clever. No, I don't. You make me feel like I should have been more of a hacker, and I just wasn't.
Hack the planet.
Hack the planet. Speaking of hack the planet, let's do a factoid.
We probably should.
Bananas may be considered a mood enhancer because it contains the amino acid tryptophan and vitamin B6 that helps the body produce serotonin. Well, that's kind of cool. Serotonin's the one that makes you feel better when you're sad.
Yes, serotonin affects depression.
Oh,
it
well,
gives
good.
you it if you don't have enough.
So you need some bananas.
I mean,
I feel like you would a lot of bananas.
I was gonna say you'd probably give yourself a yeast infection on your skin due to all the sugar before you cured your depression with bananas.
So it can be considered, but probably shouldn't be considered a mood enhancer. Turkey has tryptophan. I'll use that.
Yeah, I feel like people find stuff in stuff, and they're like, if you drink acai, acai every day, then your penis will grow big because it's got human growth hormone in it. But it's like you'd have to science the shit out of it to extract the, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And believe me, if
So
it has the side effect of growing penis, it's been worked on as much as humanly possible. And
she
it even
said, that's what she said. That's what she said.
no, but you put in the head of any scientist the idea that there is a material that will grow a penis, and I guarantee you they have thrown their life's work at it. There is no solution for tiny wiener syndrome. It's just not going to happen. It's that and increasing the female libido. The mostly male scientist community has worked on those two things. To just constantly. That's their drive.
I really want to say a thing, but I don't know how appropriate it is even for our show.
Oh, snap. Now you gotta tell. You don't have to tell.
Was penis size. Cause like, yeah.
Yeah. They are.
Well, cause the guys are so worried about the penis size. Okay. Let's I
Oh
told
boy,
you
we're
guys.
about to get serious, y'all.
Well, I'm like embarrassing myself. So I couldn't have an orgasm forever. Like it was a solid decade of me having sex with everybody. And I would tell every guy, I'm like, look, I can't orgasm. It's not gonna be you. It's just I can't. I don't know what it is. I just can't do the thing. And everybody's like, oh baby, that's because I haven't put my big penis in you. La, 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 la. Like it was like this thing. Like just every person I
Every
would
dude goes, challenge accepted.
yes. I mean, you could see them go, I'm a shummer rocker. So out of the tiny amount of people that I have slept with, the one person that I slept with that was on the smaller spectrum of things, first person to ever give me an orgasm. I'm like, holy shit.
Well, so there
So
you go. There's more to
I'm
it.
the anecdotal evidence that it not necessarily matter.
So
The
both
size.
you and Yoda agree. Size matters not, as he says.
That also makes me sound like I slept with Yoda.
Hey, I mean, someone did somewhere, probably. Actually, no, they probably didn't because he's a Jedi, and Jedi can't love. I don't know if that means they can't, like, because, Jedi are Jedi. Just because you can't love doesn't mean your mechanics don't work. I don't know what that means, and I'm not saying that Obi-Wan needs a woman or had a woman. I'm just saying.
So how did the child come along if there was no well, I mean, I guess
Well,
that whole species isn't Jedi.
look at here. No, it's not. It's not. And I thought you were referring to the children of Anakin, but Anakin was clearly dark side and was like, I'm gonna do whatever I want anyway. Whatever, baby. Let's go shack up somewhere.
I feel like if that I was thinking about that the other day. That if they would have like even if they just focused on the love story and made it a little less like creepy with the child thing. Like if they would have focused more on that but better, that could have been awesome.
Dude,
Like the side of no, you go.
no.
You're way more
Nothing
no.
nothing was wrong with the overarching story. If you take those story beats, that's a pretty awesome path to the fall and the path to redemption. It's really great.
Yes.
The problem it was in George Lucas's hands, and he can't write dialogue to save his life. And what are movies,
Yeah.
Ashley? They're dialogue driven for the most part, dialogue driven entertainment. If the dialogue sucks and you also don't know how to talk to women, George, then you think lines like "I deeply love you"
Oh,
like
it's
so much.
Ew,
It's
ew,
gross.
ew,
It's like,
no.
okay, you're trying to use words to do something Natalie Portman could have done with her eyes all day long.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
yes.
it wasn't. Yes, it wasn't the plan. It was the execution. Thank you, Hammer Dwarf. That's the right way to put it. It was just a messy. The love story in general's fine. The execution was a pooper. Anyway, let's talk about more sex with the next story we got here. So,
good.
Yeah, all the stories tonight are about sex. Number 4 will wow you. Woman's attraction to chandelier does not count as a sexual orientation, ruling says. Would you say she's chandelier sexual? Maybe.
Steven, do you remember the story we did on the chick that was in love with the was it the Statue of Liberty or that thing in France that's real tall that people like and they go take pictures and
The
photos?
Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
This is that chick. I can't remember which one of those.
The
she
same
wanted to
one?
bone. Yes.
No.
Yes.
This is the same lady?
I think so.
You can't be that into multiple objects, lady.
That's
you
what
have
the
to
judge
pick one.
said.
Yeah, you can't just be polyamorous. It's like polyamor. Well, yes, you can be polyamorous if you want to be. This is, do you.
Polychandelierist?
You cannot mate with something you can't reach. That's all I got to say. That's a challenge.
Reach.
Yeah, the chandeliers are on the ceiling. You can't get up
Oh, I'm like, we can reach the Eiffel Tower, just where's the hole?
there. There's multiple holes. You just pop out a rivet somewhere at the bottom. Or I guess maybe you don't. This is a lady. She doesn't need a hole. She needs well, she doesn't need the poker either. I don't really know where
you pop out a rivet?
Yeah. A British woman's love for her chandelier does not, quote, fall within the definition of sexual orientation. The Independent Press Standards Organization has ruled. Amanda Liberty, who identifies as an objectum sexual, said it was offensive and upsetting for the Sun to make fun of her relationship with a 92-year-old chandelier, which she bought on eBay and named Lumiere. Beauty and the Beast fan, clearly. Oh, yeah. That's where it came from. Beauty and the Beast. You watch Beauty and the Beast, you're like, look at all these inanimate objects like getting down. Lumiere is sexy.
With a feather duster. Like he boned a feather duster.
He did. He
was like plucking her feather. No, that was the bad guy plucking her feathers. That was awfully rapey, and I remember thinking it was wrong when I watched it when I was little.
Some things don't hold up. Don't stand the test of time.
Don't pluck my feathers.
She argued that her attraction to chandeliers was a subject of prejudice in the article, which should have been protected by the regulator's code of conduct. Liberty also complained that the Sun article reported that she and her chandelier were married. However, she asserted that they are not, at least not yet. The press regulator Ipso determined that she was not protected by their code of conduct because their regulations only provide, quote, protection to individuals in relation to their sexual orientation towards other persons and not to objects. So this is people on the fringe. These people are being, whoa, that's awesome. That's a great, actually just held up a gone to pee sign.
What's it say underneath it, Steven?
Don't F with my drink. That's pretty good. I like that. But no, man, I don't know I don't know where to go with this one other than I wish her the best in all her objectum sexual discoveries that she's likely to make.
I am curious about I think I get most legal sexual attractions. I'm like, okay, maybe not the adult diaper thing so much after having a diaper.
Look, there's this, I don't remember what it was. There's this dude somewhere out there that does the diaper thing and makes all kinds of money doing the diaper thing. And it's kind of like, I don't like grown-ups that act like babies. Like, it just grosses me out. I can't explain why. But like one of my buddies in high school, we were doing we were into making movies. That could go any direction, but I'm going to take it in a safe direction. He had this idea to make a movie called Baby His Name. And he wanted to be a baby in the video, and it would be like, oh, it's so difficult taking care of this baby. But he was like 14. And it was just watching him. He was committed to the role. I'll say that, like just drooling all over himself and rolling on the floor. And I'm like, I'm going to throw up. If we do this anymore, I am going to be sick. I cannot do it. I cannot handle it.
Hammer has a good point. He's like, babies are cute, so they can act like babies without being creepy. But once you're an adult, you don't have the cutes to protect you.
Exactly. And it's so, when you take something completely outside the realm of normal, your brain almost breaks on it. It just goes, ugh, rejected. And you just throw up because your body's like, clearly I've eaten poison. That's why I'm seeing this. You get nauseous
I
and you
just
throw up.
yeah, like I like the food stuff, even the medical stuff. I'm not into it, but like I get it.
What's the
And
medical
like even
stuff?
seeing
What's medical stuff? It's like,
I'll look it up.
what would you do with medical stuff? I don't understand.
There's enema bags and
Oh, gross. Okay, nope, I can't see that either. That's wrong. That's no.
well, that's not all there is to it, but I mean they use like the shock stuff and scalpels and whatever. It's just the BDSM niche.
Okay.
But yeah, the baby stuff, I'm just like, I don't like even if this doesn't necessarily gross me out, I'm just like, I cannot take you seriously with your man diaper on your private part.
Yeah, yeah. I just don't know why that would get your engine going. Like, why would you be
I
like,
mean,
all right?
there's a lot of things that get a lot of people's engines going, and there's a lot of reasons why.
Just, you know what does it? Boobs. That'll do it. That's all you really need. There you go. Look at those boobs. Okay, let's go see those boobs more later. You know
Let's
what I
go.
mean?
Look at those boobs with the Daisy Dukes on.
It doesn't take much. The people listen. Dudes have been chasing women where since the dawn of time when they had hairy legs and hairy armpits and potato sacks. There's really not that much you have to do to get their attention. Yes, if someone else shows more, that person is going to be like, "What is that?" But like in all honesty, men have been chasing women in Victorian stuff covered up completely. We're still like, "What is under there? I must find out." And
I
then
was thinking about that the other day, like after the women with especially like King Henry VIII and his court and just how ridiculous he was and how he wanted to like bone people right out of after they gave birth. And I'm I like I would love to have sex right now. Like the urge did not go away, but also I think it would kill me. Like I'm not sure what happened down there, but it doesn't feel right. I
yeah.
told Jacob, like, maybe you could just like probe and make sure everything goes back to normal.
just could you get down there and check it out for me just to
Just
see
hammer it back home.
you can make it go back to where it came from. Get back into place.
I don't. Okay, please God,
Yeah, can we
I
just
will
do
read
another
the
story?
Yep.
One of my favorite things we do is say something that's so embarrassing it cues the next story.
We were
That's-
like, nope, move.
Nope,
Yeah,
blurp,
move on.
blurp.
Moving on. California skate park filled with sand to enforce social distancing backfires as dirt bikers show up. Noise.
Yes.
Officials who closed a popular skate park and filled it with 37 tons of sand in hopes of keeping residents away during the coronavirus outbreak have inadvertently turned the recreational site into a dirt biker's paradise. I feel like maybe there could have been a better way
Such a
than
no. Oh,
motivating 37 tons of sand because A, you have to clean it back up
right.
and B, dirt bikers. A video posted this week shows riders catching air at Ralph's skate court, San Clementine. Clementi?
San Clemente.
Clemente?
Sure.
Clementine? What is
Clementine.
this word?
Is some
Despite
town.
the city's efforts to enforce social distancing. I mean, couldn't you just like strung barbed wire across it?
Yeah, there's a lot safer ways to do it. I guess barbed wire can be cut and rolled up if they really wanted to skate, but like the sand is going to cause a problem for the city later. Sand's really hard to clean up, especially when you're talking about a concrete skate park with ramps everywhere. It's not like you can just roll in with a bulldozer and scoop it.
Luigi!
Luigi's Mansion, I thought it too. Like you can vacuum the whole thing.
That whole like Egypt setting where you have to vacuum up the
Oh
entire.
gosh.
Jeez.
It was so satisfying. You're just walking around like I was like I'm going to clean every inch of this room.
I still can't use the controls. The
So
fact
good.
the city put sand in there to try to social distance everyone, I think is a big joke. Connor Erickson of Two First Names, who posted the video, said These kids are cooped up inside their houses. They just want to go to the skate park and have some fun and destroy all of mankind because they can't sit the fuck still for 2 months. The humanity. Blah!
Poor you.
Oh, go F yourself right in the butt. Dear Jesus, if that's the biggest problem that our country has right now is, oh my God, I miss my friends and I have been home for 2 weeks. Go stick a cucumber up your ass and freeze it for.
Okay. Tell us how
It's
you
just
really
so
feel.
stupid. Like, it's so stupid. Like, I sit and I'm just like, you know what? This is crappy, and I really miss my dad. People are losing their jobs, and people can't afford rent, and like, it's really shitty bad, and people are dying in droves. Sit the f home for like, just do it. Just sit the fuck home. Stop whining, and then it goes away faster. Another video on his account.
if you can ride it out, then we can all get back to normal. If you go out and jack it up in the middle, then we're gonna be worse off.
They extend it.
Yeah, so
Dumbass.
stop it.
Diddle
Sit
shits.
down. I need a haircut. And I want to go play some golf. Get back to work.
Oh my God, yeah. Like, the complaints are ridiculous. Like, you don't hear people going, look, I'm behind on rent. I'm behind on this. I don't know where I'm going to get food. Because a lot of these people that are affected are like in food deserts and are like on the lower end of the income stream anyway. So like, they have legitimate issues. And there's people that like you think of like the heck people. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of them are like, they struggle with mental issues. And I'm just like, who's taking care of them?
Yeah.
Like, they live off of fast food and stuff because that's what they do, you know? And now whatever. Anyway, another video shows locals shoveling up the sand and placing it into buckets. Good for you, you piles of shit.
Who put all this sand in the skate park? This is ridiculous. Those crazy kids. The city did that, sir. What nonsense.
Now we have something to do, Connor Erickson. As soon as the skaters showed up, we got a broom and a shovel and we helped them sweep that thing out. Get the sand out there so they could do a little social shredding themselves, Erickson added. I hope that your ass becomes inflamed with what? I hope that it doesn't go away, and I hope that pooping hurts every time. The city of San Clemente, Clementine, Clarence, Creedwater first closed all parks and put up no trespassing signs April 1st to contain the spread. The sand was added last week after officials saw people continue to skate the park. It appeared the closure was not being abided, said Samantha Wiley, the city's parks manager. Hey, that's a TV show.
So, the skaters are not known for following rules. They don't mind. They don't take it kindly to, don't skate here signs or no skating signs or no trespassing signs. They just do it.
And that's fine. It's fine. Like, get your wax on the sidewalk, whatever. Like, but
they've got like a place to skate, Smash. It's a place in town that is designated a skate place, and they're making them go skate on the sidewalks.
People have designated places to work that aren't there for them anymore.
True.
You know, like,
yeah. You're right, and there's somebody's gonna give a high five, or somebody's gonna like lick another person, or somebody's gonna share a bottle of water.
You could fart. It spread. The group of us. Did you guys? I didn't hear you guys cover that.
We didn't talk about it.
Cover the farts. Cover the farts. But a group of doctors in Australia figured that because a fart is an aerosolized procedure, and if it's done bare bottomed or within close proximity, it can spread the virus. So, like, you can waft through a fart. You can waft through a cough, a sneeze. Like, you don't have to go lick something. You can track it home on your shoes and then drop a raisin on the floor and eat the raisin and get it.
And find a driveway somewhere to skate in. That's what we had. We didn't have skate parks when I was a boy. We went out in the driveway and skated. We flat ground landed, skated all over the place. It was what we did. There's kids up in the neighborhood that are skating right now, and they're doing it all wrong. I don't want to be old man Judgy McJudgerson, but they're out there, and there's no boombox playing The Offspring or Blink-182's Dude Ranch or
Oh.
like there's no music. I'm like, how are you even getting motivated to do this? You have to put on like
I bet they've
Pennywise.
got their little ear thingies in.
That's stupid. You need to feel it in your chest cavity. You have to play the music out loud. Like I love a set of headphones. I love a set of headphones for when I'm at the computer and I'm listening and getting those nuanced tones that you can't hear through speakers. But if you want to feel it, you need it to come out of speakers. It needs to penetrate your body in the best ways so that you can do the thing you're trying to do. Not Pennywise the Clown. Pennywise the band. It's a great band, named after the clown. But they are a skateboard sound, and you need it. And so I was going to tell them the other day, but they run away every time I walk up the road. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm staring at them. I can't
Maybe
figure it out.
because they think they shouldn't be skating. But like,
No, I just want to be like,
cares. Just don't
I'm
go
an
through
old
each
man.
words.
I'm like twice your age, but I have advice because I used to do what you're doing, and you need music. I just want to go down the Offspring's Americana and Blink-182's Dude Ranch, and then get out there and try again, and you'll find yourself motivated.
What you'll need to do is you put on your Converse sneakers and you put on those knee shorts that are a particular color and you put on a red shirt and then you go talk to them.
Hello, fellow kids.
I too am in touch with the skating. I don't. How do you sound like a
People
skater?
don't know. People don't know that when you're an old dude, you were once a young dude who did the thing they're doing. They just go, "That was an old guy."
Yourself old? How are you not old? When did you decide that the beard suddenly make you old? You like put on an extra half inch of
No.
beard?
Old is relevant to the person you're trying to talk to. To Sam, I'm freaking old. To a bunch of 17-year-olds, I'm freaking old. To you and me, I'm like a young whippersnapper. I got this figured out. You know? Like
Well-
I can't skate anymore. If I try to skate, I'll die. I will fall and I will die a painful death.
I would have died regardless because that requires balance, and I have not. I tried so hard, and I got so far, but in the end, it didn't even
It
matter.
didn't even matter. News bear left untold. Oh, snap, you ruined it. You already told this story, but we're going to tell it again. Doctor warns that bacteria from farts could be spreading coronavirus.
Did I do that twice in a row?
You did. You ruined the story again.
2 weeks in a row. Whoops, sorry, Jacob.
Coronavirus could be spreading through farts, a doctor has claimed. Australian doctor Andy Tagg came up with the bizarre claim after analyzing the results of a series of tests on COVID-19 patients. He claims there is a chance that the virus can be passed on via the bodily gas. Dr. Tagg said the virus was present in the feces of 55% of coronavirus patients. That was the question I was going to ask. Is it in the feces? If it's in the feces, it's in the farts.
Yeah.
As we all know, feces includes farts. Farts include feces. Feces and farts. Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel.
Oh my god, Steve.
Einhorn is fecal. Wow.
Oh, lol.
Oh gosh.
Lol.
Oh, did I tell you
Wow.
did I tell you the cow joke last week? I think I did. Did I tell you the duck joke? I don't know if I told you the duck.
the cow joke that you screwed up the very and you told me a chicken joke.
Oh, and the chicken
Cow
joke.
and a chicken.
I didn't
Yeah.
tell you the duck joke.
No.
So there's a guy out. He's hunting ducks, and he's been out there for like 2 days. He just can't seem to shoot a duck. He finally sees a duck fly. He aims, takes aim, pow, takes out the duck. He sees the duck fall. He's like, okay, gotta go get my duck. So don't worry about it if you're worried about PETA and stuff. It's a pretend joke. But he goes over to the where the duck fell, and it looks like it fell on a guy's property. So he just hops a fence. He goes to get the duck. The farmer comes out and he says, hey, what are you doing? He said, oh, I'm sorry. I was just getting my duck. He said, that's not your duck. That's my duck. He said, no, man, I just shot the duck. It just fell on your land. I came over to get it. He said, I don't know where you're from, but around here, if a duck falls on your land, it's your duck. And he said, okay, but I'm just going to take the duck because I've been out here too long to worry about it. He said, we'll settle this like men. He said, down here in the South, when a dispute like this occurs, The two men are to kick each other in the groin, taking turns until one or the other gives up. And the guy goes, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yeah, this is how we settle things." He goes, "Ah, well, I want the duck." And he goes, "Since it's my land, I get to kick first." And the guy goes, "Okay." So he spreads his legs out, straddles, and the dude hauls off and kicks him in the nuts. Oh, God. He's rolling around on the floor, writhing in pain, just like they've gone all the way up into his stomach. He's going to die. He gets up. He takes a deep breath. He's like, oh, oh gosh. All right, my turn. Farmer goes, "You can have the duck."
What the hell?
Yes. Yes.
He just wanted to kick him in the
Yes.
nuts.
Oh gosh.
I
Oh.
miss South Park. Groove said that was on South Park. That makes it
Well,
better.
South Park did it, but Buddy Hackett did it first, or did it before South Park did it, because I got it from him. It
Who's
was
Buddy
like
Hackett?
from Carson in the early '90s. It was amazing. Anyway, back to the farts. I just needed to share that because it was the only joke I had left that I hadn't told. He so this doctor, back to the farts. You know, the doctor wrote.
You've not used your button yet.
I don't know. I just forgot I had it. There it is. Oh, good. He said that farts could contain tiny poo particles that may spread the disease. The doctor wrote in a report, well, SARS-CoV-2 or coronavirus, or a coronavirus, can be detected in feces and has been detected in asymptomatic individual up to 17 days post-exposure. He cited earlier tests that have shown farts are able to spray talcum powder long distances. Is that a thing? Have we tested loading your butt with talcum powder and seeing how far it would go? Who got to
You
do
don't even
this?
load it. You just stick it in the valley.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just like bloop 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 bloop. Is that what Jacob tries in the morning when he's dusting his butt? Throws him in just kapow.
Did you tell everybody about the? Did we already tell them about your air purifier test?
My air purifier. Oh no, we haven't, dude. Guys, we have a humidifier or air purifier in the house. It's like one of those big medical grade HEPA filter things. And I'd heard tale by an Amazon review that if you could fart in it and it would ramp up because of the fart. So it sits on blue. When it's blue, everything's kind of fine. It's just running. When it's green, it means there's something in the air it's trying to clear out. When it's red, it's like there's a lot of something in the air it's trying to clear out. So I'm over there in our media cabinet, which is where the air purifier sits, and I let out one of these guys. Where's the fart? There it is. And, and the thing, I'm sitting there for maybe 5 or 10 seconds. And all of a sudden, it goes. It turned green. And I went up to Stephanie. I ran and yelled up the stairs, "Stephanie, I made the air purifier turn green." And she's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "I farted in it, tried to clear it out of the air."
Oh my god!
And she was like, "I don't know whether to be disappointed or proud." But it was the
Steven
greatest.
told this to Jacob, and he was so excited. Jacob was like, "I gotta try that." I'm like, "The hell you do? That's in our bedroom."
Jacob, you gotta try it.
No!
There's a sense of pride. You're like, I activated it. Look what I did. That thing bends to my will.
You're like, Corona. Did Jacob tell you about our neighbors?
No, I think you mentioned it, but the story hasn't been told.
So, speaking of coronavirus, our neighbors are so like, we just have the best neighbors. Fantastic. They've been bringing us like banana bread and coffee cake and food, and just they like bring us stuff constantly. I'm like, I feel like a shit person because like literally the only nice thing we've ever done for you is to let you borrow our blower so you could do work on your own. Like, I've never made anything for anybody here. Anyway, so they come over the other day and they hand Jacob a pot of soup, and she's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, my husband tested positive for COVID-19." And Jacob's like,
As she hands him the pot.
"Yeah, he's holding this pot of food, and we've been eating food they've been bringing us for like." She brings us banana bread constantly. It's so good, gluten free. It's amazing. She's like, "Yeah, he tested positive," and then she's like, "Everybody in the house got it," and I'm like, So Jacob walks in the house. He's like, "Don't touch me. Don't look at me. Back away." And I'm like,
Oh
"What the
gosh.
hell? Like, why would you bring that?" He's like, "Well, this was several weeks ago." And I'm like,
Oh,
"Okay." So
she
yeah,
did
so
it
like
several weeks ago, and then
yeah.
oh no.
So they've all like they're all stuff, but like, do you remember like when I had a couple days where I felt like I was achy and like I was freezing to death and like literally the air hurt my skin, like literally hurt my skin. I'm like, I'm gonna die, and I'm like, maybe that's just you going into labor. I don't know. But now I'm like, did I have the virus? Like, what the hell? Because I was
Dude,
eating COVID bread.
there's a lot of people that are like, I'm pretty sure I had it. And I don't know if I knew that that was it, because it manifests in so many different ways, as we've
Yeah.
reviewed on
You
Staring
can
at
have
Goats.
GI.
Yeah,
Yes.
people can vomit, they can throw up, they can not get a fever, they can get a fever, they can cough, they can not cough, they can go completely
Yeah.
asymptomatic for the entire run of the virus and never feel a darn thing. They can. I mean, it's just the weirdest, most nonsense
Stupid
virus I think we've
virus.
ever seen. It's just
Like
absolutely
literally
bonkers.
somebody's playing the game Plague and is like constantly adapting, like so you can't
Yeah,
catch it. But
I
yeah, I
just
didn't have a fever because I got real worried. And he's because I'm like, should I call the hospital? Like, is something wrong with the baby? But like my stomach was weird. So I had some stomach issues, but I didn't feel like I was gonna throw up. But I ached everywhere. And it was like 2 days and I was freezing. And then I would wake up like sweating. So it was weird, and I just wrote it off as I'm like, okay, well, maybe that was like pre-labor stuff, even though I've literally never heard of any of that.
yeah,
so,
yeah. I mean,
so
who
I'm just
knows?
like, did I eat COVID banana bread?
Yeah, and like now they're finding out there are people in the US that thought they had the flu that likely had COVID as early January. Like we have no idea. We have no idea. So, but now we've got a handle on some of it, and hopefully, you know what? I'm just waiting for military checkpoints where they like scan you with a weird tool that says
Yes.
infected, and they like lock you up somewhere.
Instead of the fever thing, because like you said, not everybody gets a fever.
No, they don't. But you know what? Everybody does have breasts. Let's do the next story. WTL. I'm pretty sure all the music has overpowered almost every word I've said in this entire show.
I still can't hear the music.
That's so weird. Oh, no, you can't. I have it turned off for you. I forget to turn it back on. I need to fix that.
Yeah. Oh, this is my story. I feel like I just so every Ashley ever. Like one of the things I want to do, I'm like, okay, when I have this baby, I'm gonna talk because you guys talked around Sam all the time. And I mean, by the time he was 2, he was speaking like a theologian from Harvard. Like
He did have a lot of, but still has a
his,
good vocabulary.
yeah, his vocabulary is nuts. And like you could have a conversation with him like you would an adult, and it's mind-boggling. I'm like, I want this kid to do the same thing because I don't want him to look stupid. Like, especially like Sam's walking around going, Horky dorky florky blur, and my kid's like, Burr.
Yes. Yes.
So, but like, I found myself like, I'm looking at him like, I don't know what to say to you. I don't like, I talk all the time, and now I don't talk, and then I get in the show, and I'm like,
You
woman's
gotta
fake breasts.
you gotta read to him. I read Sam the Hobbit while he nursed. Then we
Did you
read
really?
that whole darn book, and then we read like a whole bunch of Winnie the Pooh stories. You gotta just, if you don't know what to say, you just read to him.
So you guys gave me all those books, and like, I picked up one about an elephant, and I'm like, I don't want to read this to you, but look at the pictures. Jacob just texted me, so I'm making sure that everything is good. Oh, he's hungry.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We'll just
Okay. Woman's fake breast saved her life when silicone implant stopped a bullet headed for her head. Okay. A, you were real off of that aim. And B, what the hell was in the implant?
steel. Good old
Right?
steel-based implants.
A woman who was shot in the chest avoided death after one of her breast implants deflected the bullet away from her heart, leaving her with a fractured rib. That's fantastic. Oh, because science, because it the liquids. The unidentified Canadian woman. Oh, that's refreshing that it was Canadian and not somebody from the US.
Yeah, about time. I thought we were the only ones doing that.
Told not lately, because nobody's in school, which is really
Yes.
depressing. Told medics that she was shot while walking down the street, causing her to feel heat and pain in her chest as well as see blood. Funnily enough, that's what happens when you get shot.
Yeah.
However, doctors said her life was likely saved by one of her fake boobles because the silicone implant lay over her heart and deflected the bullet's trajectory. The surgeons firstly removed the bullet and it was given to police so it could be forensically examined. The bullet, because it had been deflected, was not where expected and was resting beneath the woman's right breast in her chest. That's a fun rhyme. Then they removed the woman's left breast implant and found a bullet track which aligned with the entry wound. So it went in the left booble and flung out to the right boob.
Dang.
Man, it just punctured all her
Oh,
boobs.
both boobs. Ow.
They then removed the woman's. I read that. Remarkably, besides the damage caused by the path of the bullet, the woman was left with a fractured rib. That's called concussive force. Our analysis of bullet trajectory to show the implant doing this first of its kind in the literature. That's cool. How did they know they were aiming for? Oh, aiming for her heart.
Yeah, they
I
were
said
aiming for
head.
that would be real bad. But if they're aiming for her heart and they hit her boobs, that makes a lot more sense. You have to
Yeah.
go through the boob to get to the heart.
Why? Okay. This is fantastic. But why the hell was someone trying to shoot her in the front?
Because
She's 30. What could she have done to be that annoying?
she was just walking down the street. Maybe it was a drive-by. Maybe it was a guy was like, "I want your purse," but he didn't hear her, not hear him. So he was just like, I'm just gonna shoot her and take it. I don't know. There's so many more questions. But the implant stopped a bullet. So there you go, everybody. Get breast implants while you can. So you can be more protected.
I mean, Kevlar that shit.
I can't wait for police to start just wearing these like flesh toned vests with boobs on it. It's made out of silicone. It's like these are just as effective, and we look nice, you know. And they actually have nipples on them, so you're just walking around like, look at me. But speaking of boobs, there's a kid desperately in need of the only supply of food he has. So we're gonna get Ashley out of here by stopping this show. Thank you guys so much for joining in with us today. You can do all the things that we say to do by joining our Discord, twodorks.net/Discord, tipping us at twodorks.net/tip. And being a part of our Patreon at patreon.com/twodorks, where you can join Og and Adam and my parents and Ashley's parents in supporting the show. It's been awesome, and we have enough money to upgrade Ashley and Jacob, so we need to do that in the near term.
Yay.
We're going to leave you guys with these words of wisdom as you head throughout your week from Villanar S. Rashamachandrajan. Any ape can reach for a banana, but only humans can reach for the stars. Dang, that's a good one. Wonderful. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time right here on Horseshoes and Hand Grenades.